After leaving high demand religion, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, to be more specific, my whole life was turned upside down, and I really struggled with the healing of that trauma. Because it's such a unique trauma, and even the therapists that I sought out for help, I didn't really connect. Either they were a part of the religion already, or they had never experienced this unique trauma. And I had to go within myself to discover healing. And I didn't know, and a lot of people don't know, that we have an entire universe of wisdom and of healing encoded within us. And so in my experience of healing from religious trauma, I've discovered some really beautiful things that I feel are my time to share now with others, because it's been such a beautiful healing journey. And so I have put all of this that I have learned into a course that my guides helped me build. This is a very spiritually based course to help people overcome religious trauma, and I called my course Here Comes the Sun, the Self-Guided Life. And in the course, I teach you how to reclaim your heart, your mind, your spirit, and even your body from the trauma that high demand religion brought to your life. I even teach simple energy healing techniques to help you detangle and detach your energy from the organization, because you don't realize how deep the trauma goes and how profoundly they took over your spirit until you leave and start doing the work. And I also teach you how to connect with your ancestors and your guides, because when you leave high demand religion and discover that so many of your relationships that you had before were fickle and conditionally loving, you lose so much of your support system. And in my case, many of us, and in many cases of others, I want to say many of us are left completely alone. And but waking up to your connection with all that is and your ancestors and guides, you'll discover that you never ever were alone, and you never will be alone again. And so I feel very passionately about sharing this course with others so they can discover that they are actually surrounded in love and in support. And the more they stay true to who they are, even if it conflicts with what everyone else says they should be, they are not alone, and they are supported in that. And in my course, I also teach people how to read tarot, and I do it in a really simple way. I teach you how to read intuitively so you can discover the energies underneath your life and situations, relationships, your health, everything, so you can discover the energy underneath and step into healing more fully. And I teach tarot with music. And so, for example, the Hanged Man, to get to a more simple version of this card, I use music, and the song for this card is At Last I See the Light from the movie Tangled. And this card is all about having a new perspective and seeing things in a new light, in a new way. So I went through the whole deck and I asked my guides for a song for every single card. And I actually learned a lot as I did this, as I prepared this to teach people. So it's a really simple way, and I think it's good for those of us who have left high demand religion and know nothing of tarot. It's really good, and I teach you how to read intuitively. I teach you about spreads. I teach you how to connect to your gifts that high demand religion took away, your clairaudience, all the clairs we cover, how to tap into your psychic abilities, and most importantly, how to connect with your ancestors, because there is no one that cares more about your healing and about your progression and about breaking away from the trauma that has held you and your family line bound for generations than your ancestors. And once you discover your connection with them, you'll be able to stand so strong and so bold in the healing work that you're doing, regardless of what anyone else has to say about it. And I just want you to know that wherever you are on this journey of healing from religious trauma, you're not alone. And I also want you to know that all the beautiful truths that you're going to discover and make a part of your life, like you feel maybe that you've lost so much when you've left high demand religion, and it can be so scary. Like, what am I going to teach my kids? How am I going to move forward? What foundation am I going to build for myself? And I teach you how to connect to your heart, because that's one of the things that high demand religion stole from you most, the ability to connect to your heart and your intuition. And they made you look outside of yourself for guidance and for help, but it's always been right in here. I teach you how to access that beautiful truth, and I teach you how to make the beautiful truths you learn from your own heart your foundation. You never needed a church or leaders to tell you what to do. You have always had an entire universe encoded within you. And I'm so excited for you to discover where that is, how to access that, and to make it a part of your future, because it's going to be so much brighter than where you've been.